Well, hello and welcome back. Tonight I'm working in the shop and I've got a very interesting pistol here. Not to say that some of the other ones aren't, but anyway, this 1943 production Colt Model 1911 A1. And what we have here is an example of a pistol that was captured during the Vietnam War by the North Vietnamese and reworked to the 30 caliber round, the Tokarev 7.62 by 25 millimeter cartridge. Now that was primarily used as a Soviet service pistol caliber for the Tokarev TT-33 pistol that served in the Soviet armed forces from the early 1930s to the mid-1960s. Now, I want to show you the differences that they had to go to, the extent, the lengths that they had to do to change this pistol to be able to fire that round. Now, these are rare pistols. The owner of the collections actually had 3 different ones, this being the third. He said this was in the best shape of the ones that he had seen. So this conversion is done on a semi-regular basis, I guess, with the captured pistols. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start with the firing pin here. I'm going to pull this firing pin out of our converted one and grab one out of this 1941 pistol that I'm also cleaning at the moment, and show you the difference in how much longer the converted one is. You can see the difference of it, and then the end of it is kind of mushroomed over a little bit. See if I can get there. I got to focus, and you can see how the Colt factory one is not. Anyway, go ahead and set this over to the side and put our spring back on our firing pin, and we'll go ahead and look at some of the differences in the slide. Now we'll go ahead and start with the ejector port up here, and you can see the difference here of how they rounded out the front of this up here, and now they've taken and they've squared up the back of it. Now they've added material from the breech face to the rear of the slide, and you can see the difference there and how much longer that is. I've got the front of the slides pretty much nose to nose, so you can see the difference there. Now when I mic'd the firing pins, it was 2/10 of an inch difference, just a little over actually. But then we'll go ahead and set the other slide down here, and we'll take a look here, and you can see a line where material's been added and then filed out. Now this pistol was refinished, so after they got done with it, apparently they took it and refinished it. And here you can see where material has been added down here in the front of it. Now an interesting thing with the front of this breech face here, you can see down in here, get my toothpick down there, you can see there's a ledge in here where it fits the bottom of the cartridge. And then the extractor also is in here, and it's been under tension, and it has to be, if you want to get it out, you have to move it over and then start it back. So it's actually bent over quite a little bit there. So added material, a little bit longer extractor, a little bit longer firing pin, and then of course the difference to the ejector port up there. Now we'll go ahead and look at the frame here, and you can see this front strap is incredibly thin. I'm going to go ahead and grab my 1941 example again, just so you can see the difference in material here. And look at that. Boy, it's like paper thin right there. You can see how much is there on the front of the 1941 example. And this, of course, it looks like it's got a little bit of material missing here. And then it being so incredibly thin, it dents very, very easy, evidently. Here's a dent here. And I saw one on, it must be on the other side. Oh well, anyway, and it's kind of bent over here. So there's some of the changes on that part. And then you can see, as the bullet feeds up, how much difference there is in the material on the front of the frame there. and I guess I'm going to guess the added material. I'm not quite certain. I haven't examined it close enough. But anyway, you can see the difference there on that. And then we'll go ahead and set our frame down. And then some of the things that are the same, we have our barrel bushing did not change, of course, but the diameter of the barrel stayed the same, the outside diameter there, and you can see the difference of the 45 caliber to that 30 cal, and quite a bit of material there, and the difference in the thickness of the barrel, quite a bit heavier barrel, but the side profile is the same. Here I'll get them end to end too, and you can see that now the end of the barrel, the tab up there on the top is no longer there, but the length of the barrel still stays the same. So there you go, some of the differences between that. And then the final thing we'll look at is the magazine between the two. Now you can see that, of course, this one is much longer, being the longer cartridge. Lay them over, you can get a little bit of an idea of the distance there. And then the thickness of them, you can see the homemade bottom on this other pistol's magazine there. So anyhow, some pretty interesting differences between the two pistols, and what a task to be able to manufacture this and actually make it operate. And whoever did it evidently knew what they were doing, how to modify one of these. Alright, well, there you go, a short look at a converted Model 1911. Now you can say you've seen one. I had read about them and seen a few of them, but anyway, there you go. Hope you enjoyed this look at this pistol. Thanks for watching, and have a great evening.